Earlier, we have talked about language and literature. And the literature, when I talked about it, I said very specifically, it is the entertaining part of the language, right? But other function of this literature is to show the society, the ways of the society, how people behave in the society. That is the main function of the literature. And that you can very clearly see within these three readings. First reading, what we are doing under this human rights, unit 8 is Jamaican factor or Jamaican fraction, not factor, it is fraction. And here reading second, once upon a time, and reading C, what is my name? So when I had seen these three headings itself, titles, I was wondering, what is this about? Jamaican fraction, what is that? And again, once upon a time, is it a story? It talks about the kings, etc., having 7 sons and all these things. Once upon a time, long ago, that way we start. It is not a story, it is a poem. Once upon a time. And here, what is my name? It is a question, interrogative. And that is a story. Now, we go to this part later, but earlier we should know what is this human rights. Every human being by birth, he should exercise or enjoy certain rights. That is our constitution says, right? And for example, I have written some equal rights. What are these equal rights? Every person is equal before the law. Equal to earn, equal to be educated, equal to reside, equal to practice religion, equal to earn. These are the equalities which have been given by Constitution. Why it has to go under constitutional, this one is because for certain years people, though they have born with equal rights, they have not been considered and they have not been given to them. And so there became a law. So now equal rights, right to speech, to talk even. There are certain days people have forgotten to speak and simply they used to contain everything, whether it is a sorrow or sad or any kind of thing, humility, they used to contain within them and they used to work. And so it has come, right to speech under your constitution. And second, right to educate. Till today we are having illiteracy rate, still we have. Though it is almost 70 years of our independence, still we have people who are not at all reading. They do not know how to sign even. And we are having many projects to make the people literate. So, right to educate, the people should know education is my birthright. That way they should feel. And right to constitutional remedies. Constitutional remedies, suppose he is aggrieved of something and somebody is deceiving him, cheating him. What is the remedy for it? He can go to the court of law. He should know it. We know it, it has been given by constitution to us. Though everything is there on what we call as white and black, right? Even then, this we cannot avoid. We have these things given by constitution, but still we have certain people, the people mentality is unchanged. They think like that only. They will be like that only. Unless it is changed, this cannot be obtained. We cannot have it. We cannot practice it. That means there should be a complete changeover. The mentality changeover should be there in human being. Then only he can exercise his own birthrights. He has rights. He doesn't know. He knows it. But even then, he submits himself. That is it. In this story, Jamaican fraction, it talks about the discrimination the black people used to get from the white people. It deals with that topic. But how beautifully it has been put, and how the mentality becomes a warning bell to him still. Though it is not there, but his mentality is such, his mind is such, it is sending some wrong alarms to him. That is what it is dealing with. So now the first A reading, that is Jamaican fraction. The Jamaican, it is a what we call as a clan or a tribe or a creed or a class of people of South Africa, Jamaica. Jamaica country and Jamaican, that is those people from Jamaica, they are called as Jamaican. Because it is South Africa, it is a very tropical area, the body will be very dark, right? And their structure and everything, it is in African only. And the structure, body building, everything is African, but the mentality is also African mentality. Though now there are no slaves and slavery, nothing, but that adult is still thinking of slavery. And that has to be eradicated, that has to be removed from the minds. Only then we can say, yes, you are free. Independence has come to us, 1947. But still some people are just waiting for the orders. They cannot work freely. They don't work freely, not cannot. They can do it if they try to. But they simply wait for somebody to order, somebody to initiate, somebody to go into. Then we follow. So that following mentality is always there. That is addressed in this lesson, A, Jamaican fraction. Fraction is a small bit which is left. That is called fraction. 1/2. Half is a fraction. 0.75 is a decimal fraction. That way we are telling. So a part of it is still left. Jamaican means is thinking. That is still left. And how does it work in a man? It has been shown here. Now let me have a reading. You understand. Try to understand. Every day I walk a half mile from my home to the tramcar lines. Here we are having city buses, and in those countries, African countries, and still in Calcutta, I feel in our country, we are still having tramcars. That means on the road itself there will be these tracks will be there, and in the track the tramcar will be, that is electrically moving automobiles will be there with the 2 compartments, and that will be moving. That is tramcar. So this writer has to walk every day some 1.5 mile or a half mile from his home towards the tramcar line in the morning, and from the lines to my home in the evening. That is a regular practice or a regular way of his routine, we can say. The walk is pleasant. The road on either side is flanked by red and green roofed bungalows. Flanked means covered with. The road is flanked with bungalows, and the road is flanked with shrubs, herbs. That means there is a fencing. Flanked means not, road is covered. Both the sides are covered. That means there is a demarcation for this road. And here there are bungalows, and here there are bungalows. And the road goes here, and the walk is very pleasant. And how are the bungalows? There are red and green roofed. Certain roofs are green, certain roofs are red in color. Bungalows, green lawns and gardens, and the lawn and the garden is opening towards the road. That means immediately after the road there is no house. There is space left, there is a garden or a lawn, and thereafter there is the bungalow. That way the houses are neatly built and the road is very neatly laid, and so the walk is very pleasant one, he said. The exercise is good for me, and now and then I learn something from a little incident. Now this is both exercise and also when we walk, if we heed to or if we just attentive to, we will be learning many things while we are walking. But in our hurried life, we will not be looking here and there, just simply we will be running because ahead the bus will be leaving and we have to catch the bus. That in a hurry mood we will be there and we will not be reading what is happening here and there. But here what he said is the walk was pleasant and also he could able to educate himself by that walk. I learned something from a little incident. Maybe the incident may be very little, but he will be learning something. That way his walk progresses. One morning, about halfway between my front gate and the tram track, I noticed two children, little boys, playing in the garden of the more modest cottage. They were both very little boys. One was 4 years old, perhaps, the other 5. The bigger of the two was a sturdy youngster, very dark, with a mat of coarse hair on his head and coal black eyes. He was definitely a little Jamaican, a strong little Jamaican. The other little fellow was smaller but also sturdy. He was white with hazel eyes and light brown hair. Both were dressed in blue shirts and khaki pants. They wore no shoes and their feet were muddy. They were not conscious of my standing there. Watching them, they played on. The game, if it could be called a game, was not elaborate. A little white boy strode imperiously up and down, and every now and then shouted imperiously at his bigger playmate. The little brown boy shuffled alone quietly behind him and did what he was told. You see, the point of my observation, what was it on my way from my home to tramway line? What did I observe one day while I was talking? In a lawn of a moderate cottage, moderate means a very, what we can say, in a good manner it is built and good manner it is decorated. That is called a good moderate cottage. Means not a bungalow, but a cottage means only a simple house there. What I found is 2 children, boys. One is 4 years and the other is 5 years. And both are playing. Shall I call it play? I doubt. Whether it is a play or not, I doubt. But they were there doing some action. And how are they? The elder one or the bigger one resembles to a Jamaican. What is this resemblance? He has the matted black hair, dark body, sturdy of course, strongly built. Sturdy means strongly built, and eyes are dark. And thus he completely resembles a Jamaican. And the other fellow, he is not dark. He is not dark but white. Hair brown, eyes hazel, right? He is also sturdy. He is 4 years and the bigger one is 5 years. They were playing. What is the play? The white fellow, the white child, baby or boy I can say, he was commanding the darkish fellow and he was walking restlessly over there, up and down. As if he is annoyed of something, he is walking up and down and babbling something towards that boy, shouting at him. And the other fellow, though he is bigger and sturdy, he was very patiently having folded hands. He is also going behind him and he is obeying him and hearing him very constantly and very what we call as a very keenly he is hearing to the boy. So is it an act? Is it a play? What it is? Now let me come to our Indian style of playing. If you leave a girl child about 4 to 5 years with a chalk piece and a board, Immediately she turns herself into the teacher. She will start teaching you ABCD. Hey, sit, why stand, go out, keep quiet. She imitates every word of her teacher. Right? And if you leave a certain thing which resembles to be an injection syringe or a pair of what we call as your stethoscope, then she immediately turns into a doctor. And she finds everybody over there as the patient. So, do you call it as a play or not? Yes, definitely we call it a play. But here, why the author does not see it to be a play? We will see to it later, but this we understood. Pick up that stick. The dark boy picked it up. Jump into the flowers. The dark boy jumped. You see, what are the orders being given by the white boy? Pick up that stick. Why is it here? Pick it up. And that dark boy very obediently used to pick that. He was picking up that stick. And then jump into the flowers. If the lawn is there, no, jump here. Go, jump. And the boy was jumping obediently. Get me some water. They say third one. Get me some water. Means he wanted some favor from the boy. Service from the boy. The dark boy ran inside. The white boy sat down on the lawn. So pick up that stick, jump into the flowers, and get me some water. Everything is shot at the dark boy as an order. Right? And that boy obediently accepted the shooting orders and he went into the house to bring water. And this boy, as if he is some boss or something, he was sitting in the lawn waiting for the glass of water. I was amazed. Here before my eyes, a white boy, for they were little more than babies, was imposing his will upon a little black boy, and the little black boy submitted. I puzzled within myself as I went down the road. Could it be the little dark boy was the son of a servant in the home and therefore had to do the white boy's biddings? No, they were obviously dressed alike. The little dark boy was of equal class with his playmate. No, they were playmates. The little dark boy was a neighbor's child. I was sure of that. Then, how was it that he obeyed so faithfully the white boy's orders? Now, that is the action our writer has seen, the narrator has seen. Now, this everything, the other paragraph is his feelings. He could not agree with that the white boy is the boss's son and the dark boy is the servant's son. He did not agree with that thought. Why? Both are dressed alike. If he is the boss's son, he would have been dressed with a coat, a pant and a shirt and something tie or shoes or something. But here the feet are muddy feet and that is feet are exposed. No boss would leave his son with exposed feet. Right? And no boss sees his son dressed alike as his servant's son. No. Then in such case, what is the relation between these two? So I concluded, that is the narrator concluded, that the dark fellow must be a son of the neighborhood. Right? He had come here, they are playing. Okay, playing up to that, it's okay. Why this particular play? Why bossism? And why the other fellow is a servant? Why is he accepting all the orders very obediently? Why? Why not he is disputing? That had entered into my mind for a very long time. And so I could not conclude what the white boy is and what the dark boy is. I could not make out. Surely the dark boy is a Jamaican, no doubt of it. Then why he is obedient? Is he having a mentality that is a servant's mentality from the birth? That is what he could not conclude. And is that the white boy has the mentality of a boss from the birth? That also he could not conclude. Anyway, he has to catch up the tram, so he walked away, leaving the scene behind. Was it that even as a boy, he sensed that in his own country, he would be at the white man's beck and call? You see, the mentality is questioned now. Is it the boy having a mentality? He has a mentality that he has to depend on the mercy of the white people. Beck and call is mercy at the disposal of. Beck and call. Is he waiting for the mercy of the white man? Does he know that in his country he was to be like that, he is to be like that, he will be like that? Is he thinking so? That the author was thinking about when he was talking or going ahead. Could he, at his age, divine a difference between himself and the white boy? Now, in his capacity, he is a 5 years old boy. Is it his capacity to find out the difference between a white boy and a dark boy? Can he put the white man in a place of higher place? That is divine. Can he put at his age divine a difference? Divine a difference means a difference is there already. But could able to make out a difference between a white man and himself and see the white man in a higher status? That is divine a difference between himself and a white boy. And did the little white youngster, so young, such a baby, realize that he would grow to dominate the black man? Now the other way round. How could he order the white boy? Is it that he contains that blood of dominance? That means he is dominating. That means, does he have that dominating spirit from the birth? Because he is the son of a white man. Because he was the son of a white man, does he have that dominance within his blood? That way, he was puzzled. Now, was there an indefinable quality in the white man that enabled his baby, smaller and younger than his playmate, to make him his slave? Or is it something different in his attitude? That his playmate, though he is elder or bigger, could able to take his elder playmate to be his slave or servant. Does he have something within him or what? That way the writer is still puzzled. He was walking but still puzzled, questioning, and he could not conclude, he could not get any answer for all these questions which he is posing now. I could find no answer. I could not bring myself to believe such a thing, and yet with my own eyes I had seen a little dark boy take orders from a little white boy. See, I did not get answer. I could not conclude. Right? Where to get these answers, I am not aware of it. But thing is, the fact is fact. What is that fact? I have seen here a white boy is posing orders on the dark boy. And the dark boy receiving the orders in a very obedient manner. Why is it so? So a little white boy, obviously he is a social equal, and younger and smaller. Were we as a race really inferior? That behavior itself, whether it is a play or not, I have seen some behavior here. What is that one? The white boy, though he is 4 years, he is posing orders on the 5 years old boy, dark boy. Right? Though much is talking about our brotherlyhood, much is talking about our civil rights, right? We have been given civil rights, but is it still there, existed in the society? That way, because of this, I could not conclude, the writer could not conclude. Were we as a race really inferior? The inferiority, is it given by somebody or is it inherent? Inherent means within yourself, which is there within you, inherent. Right? Inferiority is not given by anybody. It is inherent, it is there with you. Unless you leave it up, you cannot stand in the society. You feel a kind of fear, afraid, you're afraid of many things because you are feeling that you are inferior. Right? Now the same thing comes over here. He questions, were we really a class of inferiority? Were we a race of inferiority? He questions. So, inferior, that even in our infancy we realized our deficiencies and accepted a position as the white man's servant. Is it within us a quality which accepted the bossism of the white people? Is it so? I would say yes, it is correct. The caste, right, system, when it is come into existence into the society, then a thought was given. That is, a healthy thought was given. And people adopted the caste system in a religious manner, in a very serious manner. I had seen people standing in front of the other caste people with folded hands. Right? And now we are wearing this shirt, everybody. Only the wearing of this shirt is a what we call as a privilege to only a certain caste of people. Then the upper part should not be covered. Only one piece of cloth. It should be here, folded hands, he has to stand. Has to stand. There is no written document anywhere that he has to stand like that there. But that fellow's mentality made him stand there like that. He never dreamt of sitting in the same chair as his master does. Never. Till today, in certain caste of people, it is there existed. That is a respect given to each and other. It is not that it is a discrimination, no. It is not a disparity, no. It is not a difference at all. Then it is a respect, paying respect and accepting respect. And again, these two will be walking where on the what we call as their farm area, fields, right? And this master should go ahead, and that servant goes behind him with folded hands, or else he will be putting the umbrella to him, catching hold of the umbrella. Who asked him to do that? His feelings, those feelings are being shown here. The feeling is a must. Whatever you do, if you are an engineer, a feel of that should be there within you. If you are a doctor, you should feel that you are a doctor. If the feeling is not there, unless 1 lakh rupees is paid, I will not be touching the body for operation, then you are not a doctor. The feeling should be there for the pain, then you are a doctor. Feeling for the construction should be there, you are an engineer. Right? A feeling, suppose I am reading mantras. And when I am reciting these mantras, a feeling should be there within me. Right? Then only these mantras will be going to God. If not, they will be within me only and within this air only. Then I will not be called as a Brahman. A feeling. That is what it has been shown here. Is it that we people from the birth itself feel what we call as inferiority? Is it there in our blood or what? Yes, in your blood it should be there. A driver, he should have that blood within him, right? And one of my classmates was telling, what would we be when we are when you grow up? When I questioned, he said, I'll be a driver. And he used to enjoy that whenever he runs, whenever he goes somewhere, he used to papa, and he used to run. And after over a period of 15 years, we both met, and he was a driver. Because that he put within his blood. Within his blood he put it, yes, I am a driver. That should be there. This driver is not a caste again, you see. I am not calling the caste. The job, when you are doing the job with that interest, you are perfect in that. So here, so inferior that even in our infancy, we realized our deficiencies. Is it so? Deficiency means ఎక్కువ తక్కువలు. That is differences. Do we know our what we call as mistakes within us? Right? And is it there from the infancy, from the birth itself, or when I am very young? Do I have that kind of a thing? An awareness for my own lacunas? Do I have that? That way he is feeling. And accepted a position as the white man's servant. Did I accept that I should be the servant of that white man? Is it from the childhood? Is it there? What made him to think all these things is a small and unimportant, we can say, incident. What is that one? He had seen two children playing. One is apparently a Jamaican and the other apparently to be a white man's son. And the relation between these two is master's son and the servant's son? No. How could he say? Because they were dressed alike. The white boy was not having shoe. So both are equal. If they are having equal status, why the dark fellow, though he is bigger, why is he accepting orders? Is it there within our blood? The acceptance of servitude, is it there in our blood? That way he was questioning himself. For a whole day I puzzled over this problem. This problem, wherever I went, it accompanied me. It puzzled me, it bothered me for the whole day. For a whole day, my faith in my people was shaken. See, I was having a good faith on my people. They are educated now. They are at par with the white people. But do they have in their inherent part of the body, somewhere, in some cell or in some nuclei, do they have the very same thing? What is that one? That is accepting that is a servant to the white man. Is it there? That way my confidence on my own people got shaken for some time, the whole day. When I passed by that afternoon, the little boys were not there. That evening I thought deeply on the subject. When I was coming back again, purposely I looked at that place. Boys are not there because it is afternoon and it is not the what we can say the cool part of the day. So they were not playing in the lawn. So they were not there. But the thought which they left in my mind, it is still there. The next morning, the boys were there again. To my relief, I could see the boys there in the lawn in the next morning when I was walking to my tram car track. And a man was standing at the gate. Now, what the difference is? A man was standing at the gate, watching at them. That means watching their play, watching them at play. I stopped and looked just to see what the white boy was making his little servant to do. Now I wanted to see, my curiosity increased now. I want to see what this white fellow is up to with the dark fellow now today. Yesterday, pick up the stake, jump in the flowers, bring me glass of water. Does he order any more on the dark fellow? I wanted to see. That is my curiosity, of course. To my utter astonishment, the little dark boy was striding imperiously up and down the lawn, while the white youngster walked abjectly behind him. Now the characters reversed. Yesterday, the white boy was here and he was walking up and down the lawn imperiously. Right? And this boy was following him obediently, following all the orders. Now it is changed. Now it is the part of the elder fellow. He was walking up and down the lawn, and this short fellow, white boy, he is obeying him and he is going behind him as he is the servant. So what happened? It put an utter astonishment in the mind of our narrator. Narrator became astonished. Get me a banana. The little boy ran into the house and reappeared shortly with a banana. Peel it for me. The little white boy peeled the banana and handed it to the dark master. Now the orders are different. Yesterday it was pick up the stick, jump in the flowers, bring water. Today, get me a banana. The white boy very obediently rushed into the house, brought a banana, and the dark boy ordered, peel it for me. Then very obediently the white boy peeled it. Right? That way we can see the characters changed, the act is changed. I saw it now. It was indeed a game. Yesterday I was feeling it was not a game. The whole day, 24 hours, it made me think. Now I got a relief, a bit relief. What is that one? I saw it now. It was indeed a game. I had played as a child. Each boy took it in turn every alternate day to be the boss, the other the slave. It had been great fun to me as a youngster. I smiled as I remembered. I looked at the man standing by the gate. He was a white man. I remembered what I had thought yesterday. He, no doubt, I thought to myself, was wondering if the black race is superior to the white. I laughed gently to myself. How silly grown-ups are. How clever we are. How wonderfully able we are to impute deep motives to childish actions. This man, I said to myself, will puzzle all day on whether the blacks will eventually rise and rule the world because he thinks he sees a little black boy realizing at a tender age his superiority over the white. I will save him his puzzle. I will explain it to him. I went across to him. Now, the next day, when he had seen the changed scenario, that is, the black fellow striding imperiously, that is, stride is a kind of walk with majestical walk. It is called that one. Imperiously, not caring anybody, as if some master walks. That way he walks. And the boy, very abjectly, that is as if he submitted himself, he is walking without any dignity behind him. The white boy now walking as a slave, and the black boy is walking as a master. And he was commanding. And every command was obeyed by the white boy. Here, the observer is not the only narrator now. Today, one more observer is there at the gate. Obviously, he was a white man. Now, The writer, he felt relieved. Why? The whole of the yesterday, the previous day, his mind, he could not put his mind at rest. It is disturbed completely. What is this? We got equal rights with the white people, but still the black boy, though he is big, obeying the white boy. Is it there in the blood, the submissiveness? Is it there in the blood of the black man? Of what? Why this? He was completely disturbed, and the pair of the boys, they were not there in the afternoon to question even. So he spent the whole day in a disturbed mind. Now, the next day morning, when he was walking to the tram track again, he found both the characters. Now, the characters have taken their turns. The elder one, the black one, the dark one, he is enacting the boss, and the white fellow, the smaller fellow, he is enacting the slave's part, servant's part. The black fellow was ordering for everything, and very obediently the white fellow was obeying. That made the narrator to smile. That means yesterday's the weight of his mind is cleared now. He doesn't have any weight in his mind now. So very clearly he could able to laugh at the children, and he said, yes, they are playing. They are playing. And also he said, this play I knew. Yesterday this play I knew was not there in his mind. Today he was thinking, I knew this play. I too played when I was young. Right? Now today he is concluding like this. But yesterday he could not, because the dark boy was enacting the servant's place, and the white boy is enacting the boss's place. That is, you see, the narrator's mentality is such, not the boy's. He was thinking that from childhood, is it the mentality of the Jamaican to submit himself to some master? He was thinking. Now, who is submitting whom? Right? Now you have understood that the elderly Jamaican, he had submitted mentally to that thought of slavery. So now one more thing what he wanted to see is the white man at the gate. And what could this white man be feeling in his mind seeing this play? First of all, it is very certain that white man must be taking. One day or other, these black people will be ruling the whole world. And our white people should be working at their beck and call. That way, the white man must be thinking. Yesterday, there was nobody for me to tell that means what we call as the reason for this. Now I am here. Let me explain that man. He need not have to worry. The children are playing. It is not that white is submitting himself and the dark is overpowering. It is not there. It is simply the children at play. I want to explain the man, and so I approached the man. The narrator approached the man. So, one more thing, a secret. We are prodding into some secret areas of the mentality of the dark man. Right? What is that one? I know what you are thinking, I said. You are thinking that maybe the black race is superior to the white, because you just saw the little dark youngster on the lawn ordering the little white boy around. You see, I know what is running in your mind. What you are thinking, I know it. What you are thinking might be the dark race is overpowering the white race. No, they are simply at play. Let us not conclude any other thing. The boys are playing. Likewise, this fellow, the Jamaican, is talking to the white fellow. Alternate days, one is the boss, the other is a servant. It is a grand game. I used to play it, and maybe so did you. You see, this is nothing. One day, dark fellow will be boss. The other day, white fellow is the boss. They take alternate. They enjoy it. Let them play. Because I played this very same game. I enjoyed it. And I know it pretty well that you did it. That means you had also played when you were young. I knew it. Right? Let us enjoy in that sense only. Let us not think any other. Because he experienced the whole of previous day disturbed mentality. He faced it already. So he doesn't want the white man who is the other observer to be in that mentality and to be disturbed. And so he helped him. That is, he offered his help to the white man. I saw the little white boy bossing the dark one, and I worried all day over the dark boy's realization of his inferiority so young in life. Yesterday I have seen the dark boy was submissive. I have seen him with folded hands and accepting every order. I have seen. I was completely disturbed. What is this? So young a boy is submitting himself to the authority of the white man. Right? The whole day I was disturbed completely. I could not digest it. Right? I worried all day over the dark boy's realization of his inferiority so young in life. We are silly. We grown-ups, aren't we? You see, we are silly people. Why? We don't take the children's play as a play. We don't take it. Here, there is a very famous Indian story also. Two children were playing. It rained, and so there was a pool of water over there, muddy water. They were playing, and the one girl is wearing pretty new dress, and the other girl was having her own old dress. And the girl with the new dress was always aware that if the muddy water falls on me, my dress may be completely what we call stained. My mother may scold me. But they are at play. During the course of the play, the other girl made such a thing that the muddy water fell on the girl's frock, a new frock. Okay? Then this new frock girl slapped the other girl. The other girl, she went on crying. And this girl with the muddy stained frock, she went home weeping. Both went home weeping. And both have reported the incident in their version to their parents. Their parents came into open and they started quarreling with each other. And the quarrel has grown to such an extent, the whole street vertically divided into two parts. And they started fighting with each other. And this verbal fighting turned to fighting with hands and legs. Then some old woman who was happened to stand over there and watch them, she looked at the girls. These two girls had forgotten already about their complaints, and they were playing there in the same muddy water. Both were playing, enjoying. Now we can understand how bad is our mentality, how cruel is our mentality. We say something to our children to follow, and at the same time, what are we doing? We say when our kids go to school, don't quarrel with others. Very nicely we say. But we are quarreling on behalf of the children here on the street. Umbrella morals once again. We are at it, umbrella morals. The same thing. These are the morals only to cover others, but not us. That is what he said here. These two boys are playing. Nobody is submitting to other. Yesterday the dark boy played the servant's portion, right? And today the white boy is playing that. And please don't think it otherwise. Don't think it otherwise. Yesterday the whole day I troubled my mind. Is This the mentality of the dark boys, from very childhood. That way I am disturbed the whole day. I could not be healthy yesterday. Please don't take it. You will be having only headache if you think this. Take it easy. That way I think I taught the man standing at the gate. But what happened? What are the consequences of it? Let us see to here. Is the man was surprised at my outburst. He looked at me smiling. He was not feeling any guiltiness when he has seen this white boy serving the dark boy. But instead, he was smiling and he did not take this outburst as seriously. Right? But instead, he was smiling. I know all about the game, he said in a smiling mood. I know all about this game. He said, the boys are brothers. See, the boys are brothers. My sons. Now, one more secret revealed over here. This Jamaican appearing boy and that white appearing boy, these two are two brothers. The dark fellow is the elder brother and the white fellow is the younger brother. They are playing. They are taking turns of boss and servant. But in the view of this Jamaican, it is something different. And also when he has seen the scene changing on the second day, also he was having the same mentality and he wanted to address the white man as if that fellow is aggrieved seeing this play. He went to the white man and he has put his mentality. No, don't bother about it. Yesterday I bothered myself and these two are playing. White man very simply he said, I know they are playing. They are brothers and they are my sons. Right? He pointed to the handsome brown woman on the veranda who had just come out to call the children. That's my wife, he said. See, because one dark boy obeying white boy, the Jamaican, he got completely disturbed. That means that fellow did not have a capacity, a room in his mind to give to some other thoughts. He doesn't have. He has only one-sided thought or one-sided looking only to an event. But here, white man, he is having a broad way of understanding and broad mentality. He has the good capacity in his mind to accommodate each and everything. Right? What did he say? These two boys are brothers indeed, and indeed they are my sons. Do you see that woman standing over there in the veranda? She is my wife. She was a Jamaican. Right? See, that is the mentality of a servant class, always like that. They should shed that and come out. To depict this, that is Indian writer, Prem Chand, he has written a very beautiful story. I said beautiful, but it is a very, what we say, it is a mirror to that day society. Kafan. Father and son, both are outclassed people, outcasted people. Right? And father doesn't have faith on the son. Son doesn't have the faith on this father. Do we live like that? No. The son keeps 200% faith on the father. Is it not? But Prem Chand could able to depict two characters like that. And pretty well he says, these babus, they pay once again, we need not to bother. And what did they do with the money they collected over the death of the wife of the son, that is the daughter-in-law of that old man? They go to the nearby town, they drink. Right? In the name of that dead body. Means a very pathetic scenario is taken, the mentality of that outcasted people he has very clearly shown. It is your mentality, not that somebody takes away your equality or your rights, etc. No. You are submitting yourself. You are just throwing away your rights and you are submitting yourself to some authority. Why? For that, it is a question here. Because you people are like that. You should have a broad mentality. Whatever you look, it is not the fact, it is not the truth. You should know the reason, but we won't wait for the reason. Whatever we look, we think it is a fact, and we submit to our anger. Submit means not submit to anybody else. We submit ourselves to our thoughts. If it is anger, anger. If it is sorrow, sorrow. If it is happiness, to happiness. You see, yesterday he was puzzled and his mind is covered with sorrow. He could not think any other thing. And he thought that our Jamaicans are submissive from the very young age. And they feel inferior from the birth. That way he thought it. He made it confirmed. And he was disturbed the whole day, night. He could not sleep. Only when the next morning when he sees that the white boy is obeying the elder boy, then he could able to find, oh, this is a game. Yesterday, no. Yesterday he did not try to accept the fact that the boys were playing. And today he accepted, yes, the boys are playing. And he wanted to soothe the other white man. But the other white man told something else. By that, the narrator, he could able to position himself in the society. What is the position there? Means with this mentality, how can I be a boss? That way he could able to position himself in the society. The white man has shown what it is. You see, I fathered these two boys. One is the elder one, the other is the younger one. These two are my sons and they are brothers. They are playing. I knew it. And next thing, if you do not know, the woman who is standing over there, she is my wife. He has shown a dark brown woman over there, Jamaican woman. Then it dawned on the writer, the narrator, how inferior I am feeling. मैं कितना छोटा आदमी हूँ. You see, that छोटापन or badapan, this is not elsewhere. It is there in your mind. It sits there. Then only you can, if you are driving away that chotapan or badapan whatsoever, you can see the things in a balanced thing. Balanced nature, you will have it. Once again, I want to read the same para now for you. The man was surprised at my outburst. He looked at me smiling. I know all about the game, he said. The boys are brothers, my sons. He pointed to a handsome brown woman on the veranda who had just come out to call the children. That's my wife, he said. I smiled. My spirit laughed within me. You see, I smiled to the white man. Why? Because I could not weep. The situation is such. I wanted to tell something to him, but he told me, he enlightened me. Jnana bodha chesadu atanu. I want to tell him something. With that, I could not hide my face, my ashamed face anywhere. So I smiled. And at the same moment, I laughed at my ignorance, my foolishness. I laughed within me. This is Jamaica. You see, this is Jamaica. It is not the country. Then it is the feeling within you. The mentality, we cannot leave it. We are always accustomed to work under somebody. We cannot boss. We cannot go ahead. Right? If at all somebody wants to go ahead, we have one more character. What is that one? To pull him down. We don't admit him. We don't admit our own fellow to go up. We want to pull him down. There were two people just fishing about on the stream. One is white fellow, the other is Indian. Right? And the Indian, he could able to what we call as catch one crab. So he took the crab and put in a tin. And when he put that crab into the tin, he put a lid to the tin. And once again, after some time, he could able to get one more crab. He picks up the crab and open the tin and put it in. Now he did not close the lid. The white man was watching. What is this Indian doing here? He put one crab in the tin and he has put the lid over there. Now he caught one more crab and he puts it in and he opened it and left it, the tin as it is. Means, first of all, for the one crab he was very careful, and if there are two crabs inside, that is, he is rich with that, but he is not careful. Why? Then he goes to the Indian and questions, why man, why didn't you lid it? He said, oh, not necessary, not required. Indian answered, why not required? He said, you see, one crab climbs, goes. Now, two crabs in, one climbs, other pulls. The other climbs, first one pulls. Both remain down. No escape, no lid. That way Indian explained to the white man. So it is Indian mentality. We don't want freedom and we don't want others to get freedom. That is it. See, that is Jamaican, he said. Means what? The mentality is such. We submit. We feel inferior. That inferiority complex from us to be removed, eradicated. You have to stand by yourself. Oh, if my Anna is not there, how can I do it? No, you should do it. Why not you can do it? You can. Right? That way you have to think and go ahead. Now, this is Jamaica. That's what very particularly he said. I said in my heart, this is my country. Yes, Jamaica, Jamaican country, and we are like this only. Why? Our mentality is such. We see everything wrong. What is the idea over there is, we see everything wrong. We don't want to collect the righteous thing from a wrong thing. We don't want to. Even if it is a right thing, we see the wrong part of that only. We don't want to see the right one. Because our mentality is that. My people, third thing. I looked at the white man. He smiled at me. Well, we will miss the tram if we don't hurry, he said. Oh, okay. Hey, you are here and I am also there. We have to go catch the tram, and if we don't hurry, we will miss it. What is this tram here? Tram here, nothing but development. If you don't come out of that mentality, my dear fellow, we may miss the tram, the development. You come out of it. You yourself is inferiority. In that status you are. You come out of that. Then we can progress further. That way the white man taught a lesson to the dark fellow. Dark fellow could able to understand, yes, it is in our blood. What is that one? To think adversely. And if at all you are thinking adversely, there will be no progress. That is what he said. Yes, let us stop thinking over here and let us go forward. If not, we may not be catching the tram. That means we may not be catching the development. We have to go. That way, the English fellow, the white fellow, taught something to the Jamaican. And now, Jamaican fraction I have written over here. Jamaican factor I told you there in the beginning itself. And now it is Jamaican fragment. Fragment, fraction and factor, a small piece. Fragment is something which is left, lingering behind. Maybe a scent, వాసనలు, రైట్? ఇంకా వాసనలు పోలేదురా నీలో అని మనం అంటాం. అంటే ఏంటి, ఇఫ్ ఎట్ ఆల్ వీఆర్ అడ్రస్సింగ్ ఎ ఫెలో దట్ హీస్ వెరీ ప్రౌడ్ ఆఫ్ సర్టన్ థింగ్, వాట్ వీ సే ఈజ్ ఇంకా ఆ వాసనలు పోలేదురా నీలోను, నువ్వు బాగుపడవరే. దట్ వే వీ జనరలైజ్ ఇట్. ఆ వాసన, ద పీస్ ఆఫ్ దట్ బిట్ ఆఫ్ వాసన ఈజ్ కాల్డ్ fragment. Factor, that is one of the thing which contributes to. And so factor is also can be applied over here. And fraction, a little bit of a thing is still left behind. Fraction. So whatever you call it as Jamaican fragment or fraction or factor, it is the title for the lesson and very rightly put it.